full of blood. Only 70 gallons of blood. That's very survivable. That happens to me all the time, you know. I get a paper cut and lose about 4 to 5 liters of blood. She was broke and stole money from my wallet to buy box cutters to do the job. She didn't want to steal very much money though, so she got the cheapest possible box cutter, and it wasn't strong or sharp enough to get the job done. Her desire to not steal my money saved her life, all because she took a 10 instead of a 20 out of my wallet. A box cutter worth $10 can't cut skin. Some would say that was a crippling design flaw. A lot of people didn't believe this story because it's, you know, obviously not true. So he starts going into people's Twitter DMs and calling them stalkers and bullies for not believing the story of when a woman lost 70 gallons of blood and survived. One of the things that Boogie never shuts the fuck up about is how he was suicidal in 2019.
But yeah, for those of you who don't know, I had the intention of killing myself on my birthday of July 24th, 2019.
Keemstar
was very frequently with fight or flight. So I would become anxious over something. And when I become anxious, I'd become a little angry. I'd become a little edgy.
And also once accidentally revealed that he was screaming to her face that he wished she was dead.
Was me and my wife's relationship perfect? No. Did we argue from time to time? Yes. I think most couples do. Did I ever stand and scream in her face about fucking, you know, tell her I wish she was fucking dead, or, you know, I don't know.
I don't know if the abuse claims are that ridiculous.
No, but listen. Right, yet, I will fucking end you.
I'd make himself look like a victim. You know, I think I figured out this miss. $100,000 on prostitutes.
No work history and no education, and I beat my ex-wife, and I am also a pedophile.
Oh shit, a fat, disabled, gay pedophile who beats his wife? With a CV like that, who can say no?
So I think there are some avenues you could explore. I definitely don't think it's impossible, but you have some challenges.
Yeah.
Exactly. Hollywood, the Catholic Church, you got shit tons of options. You're practically built for California.
I did work in the porn industry for the better part of 7 years, so I mean...
Be real with me. Do you really think it would be a good idea to go to a real interview and reference porn?
It depended on the job, I would think.
He's right. If he were applying for the role of fuck pig, he'd probably be on the shortlist. McDonald's, though? Not so much. I doubt they'd even take him as produce. I don't understand the mentality of these people. You know, I've seen your content. You're not putting in a 15-hour work. Don't see why you can't just do both. Either way, now he's claiming this interview was a big joke.
I'll tell you what actually happened, and Michael confirmed this.
Let me tell you the story.
We went into it
about
with every
the
intention
war for the
of,
crowd.
would it actually be possible to get a job? That's the fingers crossed, right? And so we do, like, before the cameras are rolling, we sit down and we talk a little bit, and it's very clear from the get-go this company has no interest. Yeah. So we basically decided to...
He told him you were in the porn industry.
Right, I decided to do the Andy Kaufman thing, which is just try to be fucking hilarious.
That was
because
hilarious.
we already found out that this shit's shut down. Like, this is a non-starter. We are here, and we are wasting our time.
Oh, they told you that off camera before the interview? Yeah, sure, that makes sense. In order to truly understand Boogie's financial situation, we must analyze his spending patterns. We got arcade machines, Funko Pops, $100,000 Tesla, Legends of Zelda Tears
The
of the
mighty
Kingdom.
Warband was ready to face what waited for them.
Soundbar, Diablo 4, $200,000 on prostitutes.
But if you take out... all I eat is sandwiches every day. All I do is sit here. I need $7,000 a month.
In fact, this sandwich for you is like a tub of lard and 2 whole fried chickens. However,
Perhaps
there's a light
you
at the
will
end of
learn
the tunnel for
something
old
from
Boogie.
this
As it
story.
turns out, in 2019, he pumped all of his money into crypto. By 2021, had essentially quadrupled his money, solving all of his financial woes for a year. Despite the fact he said he was moving crypto money into real-world, less shitty investments. Only a
departed
year
for
later,
the
he claimed he managed
adventure
to
of
lose
returning
$500,000
home.
by investing in shitcoin. Boogie later made a video playing the victim and shifting the blame whilst simultaneously begging his audience for money. Change of scenery, though. He does it outside, so you can't see the fucking thousands of dollars worth
All
of
the
arcade
townsfolk
machines, Funko Pops,
rejoiced.
and just random garbage. Although, as it turns out, he was lying the whole time. He never lost $500,000 in crypto. In fact, he didn't lose any money to crypto. In recent live stream with Sahari claims he put $200,000 into crypto, went up to $750,000, and then back down to $200,000, but he then took that money back down.
So here's what I don't understand. You have $750,000, and you just decide to put all of it into crypto when that money could have went into...
No, I did not have $750,000. I had $250,000.
That's what literally the documentary that you were on
I understand.
said. Did
That's
you
the
not catch
most
that
I
either?
had was 700,000. When I initially invested in crypto, I had
When they
250,000.
lacked in
So why
size,
why
they
did you
made
let him
up
write
for
you lost
bravery.
$600,000 in crypto?
Because that's not how it was. My max amount was about 700,000. And so if I sold that day, I would have had 700,000.
The math doesn't make sense.
Well, the math should
literally
make
doesn't make
sense.
any sense.
Well, let me walk you through it, okay? Now, let's imagine you have $250,000, okay? Which
Sure,
is what I
yeah.
had. Now you invest it, okay? Now it goes up to $800,000, okay? Now if you sold it, then how much money would we have? $800,000,
The
right?
victorious hero
But I didn't.
seemed undefeatable.
I sold it when it was considerably less than that. I went to bed and lost value overnight. I woke up the next morning and sold what I had. But that didn't really matter because I lost. I went from about 700,000 back down to about 200,000.
So after you get so hold on. So 450,000, you got up to 750. How much did it drop to?
About 200,000, 250,000.
Only
And you
in
didn't
defeat
decide maybe
will
I
the
should cash
hero
out then? No, you let it
understand
go
the
all the way down to
value
30
of
after
the
that.
Well, I
only.
did cash out.
So
But
you
what do you
cashed
think
out
I've lived? What do you think I've-
$200,000.
hot for you.
Yeah, what do you
It
think I've
all
lived off of
started
since
with a
2000?
little
Or
minion.
2020.
So when he made this video begging his audience for money, saying he was broke,
I put my money in the crypto market in the wrong section, and I pretty much lost most of it.
he actually had over $200,000 in his bank account. This guy has been crying for the last 3 years, begging his fans for handouts, begging other YouTubers for handouts. He's had $200,000 the whole time.
Man, if I had that money back, that would be half of my mortgage right now.
You've had that money for the last 3 years, Boogie. Why have you never paid off the mortgage? I'm supposed to believe that you spent $200,000 on bills in 3 years? Pretty much all of Boogie's problems stem from being fat and ugly. He never does anything to lose the weight or help himself, and he justifies this by pretending to have a horrifically difficult life.
So, when you wake up in the morning, what's the first thing you do?
Probably piss.
And then?
The
Well, I
victorious
piss and shower.
hero seemed
And then I spend the first
undefeatable.
2 or 3 hours of my day trying to not hate being alive. I have to spend that time meditating. I mean, it's all about the best term. Meditating and learning to get my brain into a functioning mode.
This is a fancy way of saying I spend all day laying on the sofa, shit, waiting for folks to
I have, you know what I got up today at 10 a.m. Do you know what I've done today? I've done nothing but prepare for this interview so that I would not lose my emotions. I wouldn't cry in front of you. I wouldn't lose my temper in front of
We
you.
will learn
I have
something from
literally
this
played
story.
a handful of video games. I talked to my girlfriend. I played with my
Escape
dog.
from
Did all these
darkness
things so that I
with
would be in the
me.
right headspace for this interview so I wouldn't make a complete and And so I think there's two different ways to look at it. I can look at my life, as a lot of people think I do. Oh, poor pity me. I'm just going to sit on my hands and not try to do anything and not try to accomplish it. I can do what I do every day, which is try to control what I eat, try to control this brain, try to control this body.
I think I too would be suicidal if I had to spend all my day watching what I eat and controlling my body. Near the end of the documentary, Boogie tries one last tactic to lose the weight and save his life.
So there's something I've always wanted to
DID, or dissociative identity disorder, is a form of mental health disorder in which a person feels that they have multiple different people living in their body. This is otherwise known in medical circles as being fucking mental.
The
Now, an
mighty
interesting
warband
part of DID
trusted their
is
leader,
it
and
seemingly
that
only
gave them
manifests within
strength.
white women. Former Smosh member Anthony Padilla has decided to interview a variety of nutties to get to this mysterious illness. So let's meet the fuckers. We got Amanda, we got Nin, we got the Red Blue. This guy's got summon. This guy's got I'm an empath, I can tell.
Yeah, so having DID means that as a child, your personality was unable to fully develop into one single. Everybody as a child starts off with an unintegrated personality, and if there is repeated or severe trauma before that age, then the brain can say trauma along with the ability to dissociate to a high level and having disorganized attachments to your primary prevents one personality from fully integrating because the amnesia that goes up to keep that trauma away. And that's why if you have DID, you have multiple personalities rather than one singular one.
That sounds like science. You get a lot of scientific words there. You got to integrate your retrofactory personality type into your binocular mental mainframe. It's simple stuff, really.
Right? And you start to think, like, what could this be? Am I possessed? Am I like?
I thought you were possessed.
Like, I didn't think I was possessed, but I definitely wasn't going to talk about it with anyone in case I maybe was possessed.
Yeah. Did you explore that at all? Because maybe you should have.
I have 16. There's 17 of us total, ranging from age 4 to eternal.
Eternal?
Eternal. She's really cool.
Whoa.
She's really, really cool.
This is where it starts to stretch credulity for me. Eternals? You got vampires in there? Werewolves?
Camden Gerard Davis.
I don't have all of the brain power. I don't have all the body batteries. We have each different connections to different pathways in the brain and in the body. Like, I feel more sensation in certain parts of my body.
It's like the Power Rangers, you know? Ali, you take the arms. Alex, take the legs. And I'll take the head. With our powers combined, we become really fucking uncoordinated. They all hate the movie Split for some reason. I don't really know why, because based on everything they're saying, Split seems incredibly accurate. Like, is the beast really that far-fetched? This woman just said she has a vampire.
Split was actually like what drove me into plural activism, because I was like not planning on talking about it. What's sad about that movie is, like, James McAvoy said in an interview in Good Morning America, I think, that he watched a lot of YouTube videos by multiple to understand the role, but that he couldn't find anyone to talk to study for the role. So it kind of feels like a form of stealing.
Yeah, he's stealing my character idea. I mean my totally real alternate personalities.
Teachers have used Split to educate their students about DID, as in, like, this is an example of DID. Like,
How do you feel about
class.
that?
It is bollocks. Like, oh, it's ridiculous. We ain't gonna hurt you, we ain't gonna kidnap you. Like,
this alter is a persecutor called Dark, and he would tell me things that aren't very pleasant, like, you know, you're horrible, you deserve to die, you deserve everything bad that's ever happened to you.
Do you ever look at someone and wonder what is going on inside their head?
Ugly, you're disgusting.